What is up YouTube, and welcome to this The Stand episode 4 breakdown and review as we see more of the origins of the Joker aka Harold and the aftermath of the leaders learning about Las Vegas and what the Dark Man is doing there. We will have some minor book spoilers as we discuss the differences between this episode and what happened in the book. And if you enjoyed the video, then please do consider leaving a like down below and subscribe with notifications on. Again, the non-linear nature of the show is still a problem, I think, as we open with Franny writing in her diary or a letter, and we cut to everyone getting ready for a meeting and the leaders of the Boulder Free Zone. Now, Stu almost loses control of the crowd as it cuts to the group planning their talk, but for some reason they decided to split this up, with them organising and wondering if the Las Vegas guy was even telling the truth and consider not telling everyone what really happened. Now, we see Stu be cagey about it as to not let people worry, and we then get cut to Larry saving the day and offering thanks to the citizens. Now, Stu says they now have a working society and the power will actually be turned on, and says about having an election. And however, good guy Harold says they did a great job and puts a motion to keep them in power, of course. He wants them all together so he can kill them per Randall Flagg's orders, of course. And we also have the birth of the City Watch. Now, Harold returns home only for Nadine to be waiting for him, and I'm sorry, but I can't help but think of her taking a dump in Johnny Depp's bed every time I see Amber Heard on screen. Now, Nadine is there to do Randall Flagg's bidding. As of last week, she was ordered to make sure that Harold's plans do go ahead and eliminate most of the people loyal to Abigail there. Now, she knows he is a virgin, of course. He's obsessed with Francine, but she says she must stay a virgin for Randall Flagg there, which is curious as she is his queen, and she does actually offer something else instead. She offers to give him what he desires, female attention, but he does bust his nut when he gets that attention. Now, Flagg wants her to be his wife and the mother of his child, and it's very curious to see how she will proceed coming up. Now, we cut to 2 months earlier on the road as Harold is with Franny and he's creepily watching her sleep as she startles awake, I imagine dreaming of either Abigail or the Dark Man Randall Flagg. I will get into later how Harold hasn't had the Abigail dreams, but she rebukes his "I love you" and says she will never feel the same as he throws a tantrum and goes to sleep. Of course, he thinks it's their destiny, which is really messed up. However, Stu and Glenn are well on their way to catch up, knowing that Franny is pregnant due to Abigail's visions, and Glenn even clocks that Stu does like her, and Glenn says he thought that Harold would give up his sign making, as somewhere down Harold is actually a good guy, but he's ruined by society. He's the Stand's version of the Joker here. But Harold and Franny arrive at a jackknifed truck, only to learn that the man in the cab is actually alive and pretending to be dead. His name is Garvey, and it's very different in the book there, as in the book he was part of a larger group of people there who were luring people in their sort of horrible rapist gang. They're captured, and it's revealed that he does have people in his container. And see, this is what I was hoping for in the show, as we see the trials and the tribulations of people crossing the country. And I feel this would have worked a lot better had it been showing this more and then having the modern day, the present, in chronological order. Now, this man does challenge Harold to a fight as he handcuffs him, and again in the book, the consequences and the tensions are a lot higher as there are more people, and he exposes himself to Franny like the disgusting human he is and implies it's the law of the jungle. Harold falters in this fight and is far too meek to fight back, and even apologizes for punching him as two women come and try and save the day when they're captured, when Garvey's attention is elsewhere. Now, as well as this, we do have Stu and Glenn arrive to save the day, and I think this is truly where Harold starts to begin to hate Stu even more as Harold failed badly. Now, they discuss the dreams and forming a caravan to head to Boulder and Hemmingford home, but Harold is almost exposed as he doesn't have the dreams of Mother Abigail like most people do, and as we saw a few episodes ago, everyone has to have the dreams to be able to go in to the Boulder Free Zone. Now, later Stu and Franny do actually talk how they've had the dreams of the Dark Man as well, and it seems like they are having both, as this is key as the two mystics are wrestling for control of the souls of the survivors, and he says how she is pregnant as they bond. Harold hears all of this and is probably furious as Chadzilla has swung in and stolen his girl, or the girl that he thinks is his. I love these flashbacks, and Nick's later one in the episode was really, really good, and I'd love to see more of this on the show. In the present day, Harold is joining the City Watch with the rest of the body cleanup crew, which is with his only friend, it seems, as Harold gets enraged looking at Stu as his mate has a Blu-ray of Skyscraper with The Rock, which is just an absolutely terrible film, as they muse the idea that Rock could still be alive. You know his wealthy ass has got some sort of vaccine out there. But some odd noises occur, and I think that Flag was sending him a hint to look in his pocket and see the dynamite or the explosive that he will use, or at least try and find later, with Nadine. Now, in the book, we don't actually know how this dynamite was found, but here they kind of explain that a bit more, which is pretty cool. I do like that, and it explains the whole reason why they have the explosives that they need to try and destroy the community that has been set up by Mother Abigail. Now, this is key as they will actually use this to try and kill people later. I won't say any more due to obvious spoilers, but it will change the dynamic of the show. Now, the leaders then decide to send some people to Las Vegas to investigate the guy's claims from last episode, and to be honest, I didn't find these people likable except Stu, as they all seem to be up themselves and decide they're too important to go out and risk themselves, and they send Tom Collin, Nick's handy-capable friend, along with Dana. In the book, there was a third person called Judge Farris, but he doesn't seem to be involved here. And what's curious is that we finally see more of Nick and Tom as some weird Avril Lavigne Southern wannabe arrives and hits on Nick, only for her to be rude at him. Now, in here, they don't actually have sex, but this character, Julie Laurie, is a horrible person, and interestingly, in the book, she does pretend to be a mannequin as a sort of device to try and stop people from attacking her, and a security device. Now, it's very curious as they've changed this. Now, as well as this, when she sees Tom, it's not as instantaneous in the book as well, as Nick and her do have sex in the book, and then a short while after she sees Tom, it's kind of a very rushed scene in the miniseries, so I didn't really like that, to be honest. However, they escape, aren't able to get out and reach Hemmingford home, and it's a total shame their flashback scene was so quick, as we're still halfway through the season roughly, but you'll see why this makes sense. Now, in the present day, they prepare Tom for his trip, and I can't help but feel this is just a very bad idea. Now, in the book, they do actually hypnotize him to try and keep his real mission secret, in case, of course, people try and get into his brain, but they change that here, and he seems to be taken to this well. But we cut to Nadine and her simp, who take the explosives from the ski patrol cabin as Harold's friend comes across them as the power turns on. I did think it was cool how Larry channeled his inner Jimi Hendrix, playing the national anthem on his guitar, but poor Harold's friend does get shot there. Now, interestingly, he does die later in the book. He actually dies in the main explosion that they're planning, so they're switching things up quite a lot here. But Nadine does mean business here, and I'm interested to see where this actually goes next. The show was good, but like I said, it does go a mile a second here, and we never get a chance to settle on each character. But let me know what you think down below. I will be covering this, and I know that Star Trek Discovery has come out today on CBS All Access, but I am in the UK, so I will be waiting until it is on Netflix. So tomorrow I will be doing my Season 3 ending explained video for Star Trek Discovery. So let me know down in the comments if you want to see that. So I'll see you soon, and goodbye.